Hi everybody, my name is Valeria Camerino and I'm editor of Security Advisor Middle East. Here with me today is Ashish Punjabi, CEO of Jackie Electronics. And today we will be talking about Skype future in the Middle East and the arrival of VOIP in the region. Thank you for being with us today. Right, first of all, given that Skype is banned in most countries across the Middle East, what are the key opportunities for this type of technology?
Well, I mean, the Middle East and Dubai in particular has always been known as the center of trade in this region,
right.
Trade and commerce. And just if you look at how Dubai has been placed, we're 8 hours away from London, Hong Kong, Moscow and Johannesburg.
Yeah, sure.
Being right in the center, this has been a natural business point for a lot of companies. When you look at regional companies that are distributing within the region, this has been their place of choice to set up headquarters.
Right.
And I think it only means more efficiency at the end of the day. If you're based over here and you've got branch offices throughout the region, the more you're in touch with your customers, the more you're in touch with the suppliers, the more you're in touch with your own offices, I think it only leads to better quality feedback coming in as well.
Right, so what's the legal stand for Skype at the moment in the UAE and also in other countries across the region? What's the situation? Can you just update us?
From at least what we know, voice over IP has been something that the TRA has said it can be legalized.
Right.
I think at the business level there is already some level where it is operational now.
Yeah, exactly. So what are the key issues around that? Why?
Well, I think we've gone through a transition in this region from being where you had a monopoly telecom provider. We've now got a duopoly with Du and Etisalat, and the TRA has also said Yasat and Thuraya can get into the voice over IP game.
Okay.
Now I think it's just a matter of the partnerships coming in place to do that. And as we've probably seen in the BlackBerry situation, there is a degree of control that the authorities want. And we're seeing the same thing in India as well.
So it's a matter of security, of control over data, information.
Well, I think that is there also. As a business owner also, you want to have that sense of security that the wrong people don't have access to it as well.
Sure,
if you've got nothing to hide, there's nothing to fear.
Yeah, absolutely.
The way I've seen it.
Right. So do you see Skype as, well, you already partially answered this question, but do you see Skype as a way for businesses to, looking at capturing corporate bills?
Well, I think there's a lot of things that can happen with Skype. The video conferencing market, for example, has never really taken off in this region.
Right.
When you look at the multinationals doing business over here, they're still relying on conference calls, which is very expensive. So then you start thinking, should I do a conference call or not? When you've got something like voice over IP technology, then you start looking at those opportunities and you say, okay, let's do a con call, let's do a video con call, and you start engaging more often is one part. At the consumer level, of course, it's a whole different market, but at the business level, I think it's only more opportunities that start coming in then for businesses.
Okay, so how do you see Skype recently launched a version for businesses, Skype for CIP. What's your view on this? Do you see it as a secure tool of communication, and do you see there will be a big uptake of this type of technology?
Well, I think the security is there. If it wasn't, it wouldn't be there, and it wouldn't be taken up by other companies as well. The fact that it's being used so widely only says that there is definitely something behind it that is worth looking at.
Right.
And I think the opportunities are there. If you look at the region in general, you take, for example, the call center industry as an example. A lot of your call centers today are based in India, serving the US and serving the Western markets.
Okay.
Why don't you have the call centers in Dubai or in the rest of the region? You've got a big Arabic-speaking population here. You could do very well a call center business out of this region if you had voice over IP.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all extra opportunities that start coming in at the end of the day. And these are things that I think will start to emerge as we start to see more voice over IP applications.
Yes, but with this type of technology, obviously, as we said, there are also some security issues. So you don't have any concerns regarding, I mean, some companies, they fear that VOIP might, they might incur in some way.
Like I said, I mean, companies are using Skype all over the world. And then these are big companies we talk about, and we talk about governments as well using Skype. If they had a fear about it, they wouldn't be using it. So it's something that's tried and tested. It's not something brand new that's coming here. If it's tried and tested, definitely there is a track record behind it. And I think that's why also they're looking from the governments at like we saw the BlackBerry situation in terms of how can they actually monitor it better, because it is that secure.
Right. So data leakage is not a big issue?
I don't think so. I mean, it seems to be fairly safe at the moment.
Are you aware of, and what other countries across the GCC currently deploy Skype technology?
I think you've got a few GCC countries. I think Qatar or Bahrain or somewhere like that. It's already there, legalized.
So in those countries, it's not banned?
No. Well, I mean, that's why Skype is looking at Bahrain as their regional office.
All right, yes. So do you see that over the coming months, within a limited time frame, we will be able to also take advantage of Skype, both for business customers, business applications, and for private consumers?
Well, definitely, I think it's there. The TRA said it can come in. I think it's just a matter of the partnerships coming in with the authorized channel partners. And once it's there, hopefully we start to see it and we start using it.
Right. So you're positive.
I am.
Okay, that's very good. Right. Is there anything else you would like to add on the?
Well, like I said, it's all about creating opportunities. At the moment, we're talking about it from a business point of view. We've spoken about the call center point of view.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we've got a lot of ingenious entrepreneurs over here.
Right.
And they're going to find a lot more opportunities, and they're going to be very creative.
Okay.
And I'm sure we're going to look at it a couple years down the line and say, how did we ever live without it?
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Right. So what are the type of opportunities are for Skype, for voice over IP?
Well, I think we haven't even seen really the mobile segment take off yet. We've seen a boom in smartphone uptake over here.
Okay.
We're seeing the tablets moving.
Right.
We've got the Apple iPad, but more than that also we're starting to see products like the Samsung Galaxy Tab, which have even got a front-facing camera on there.
Right.
Or the iPhone 4, which has got a front-facing camera. The opportunity to do the video conferencing with these mobile devices starts to give you a lot more in terms of applications that you start seeing.
Right, but it's still in an early stage, would you say?
It's still at an early stage, but I mean, if Apple can make such a big statement with FaceTime on the iPhone 4 and the iPod Touch,
so that's a potential opportunity.
That is all potential opportunities.
Absolutely.
Because it's not only about Apple, it's about reaching the non-Apple world as well.
Do you think that outside the region, in other countries like in the West or Europe, US, is it at a more advanced stage? The process it's already has already been partly implemented, or? Well,
it has been there. I mean, you have got a Skype app on the iPhone today.
Yeah.
It can be used. In this region, it is being used at times, but still, it's not been officially endorsed. But across the rest of the world, it's being used. Definitely, it is one of those things. If you're sitting in an airport lounge, You want to get on a con call, you want to do something, you can still do it over Skype.
Right.
On your mobile device, you don't need to be in front of your computer.
Sure. At a consumer level, particularly, I guess you know, it's more widespread. Maybe you know, for business, it will take some more time to, you know, to
probably
get
it will
to
start coming in.
to
Yeah, I
this,
mean, in this region, it has to be endorsed. Once it's endorsed, you'll use it. As a company, you may not want to use voice over IP, even though you can maybe find a way of doing it. As a consumer, you might do it without thinking about it. As a company, we all have our reputations at stake. We all want to follow the rules of the country. So we may not. But
yeah, but on the other hand, companies are always looking at, you know, cost saving. So I guess that's really a huge potential opportunity for them.
I mean, definitely it is a potential, and it gives them an opportunity to communicate more as well.
I mean, it's good. Obviously, I'm sure companies, they are always trying to comply with the local, you know, local regulations there too. But there is also this economic, you know, financial aspect there, and that needs to be considered.
Yeah.
Right. So that would be obviously, I mean, a good business.
It should be. It should be, and I think, I mean, we look at it. I mean, today who's using Skype? Oprah Winfrey is using Skype on her show. I don't think it's only about cost savings, but it's also about the quality of service that is there.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's certain podcasts I listen to where you've got different people on the podcast presenting, but they're sitting in different parts of the world.
Right.
So they're doing a show together
yeah.
on a podcast, but they're using Skype and they're sitting in different parts of the world.
Amazing, absolutely.
So you would think they're sitting in one place, but they aren't.
Yeah.
These are all small opportunities that we can always see, and
yeah, sure, it will take time, but we will get there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Then.